Alright, John. We're gonna play Bayonetta. I brought in John, sometimes guest of the show, also host of Chainsaw Buffet. What's your YouTube channel?
I think it's chainsawbuffet.com, but it should just show up as Chainsaw Buffet now because YouTube had that whole changing of you can use, your actual
use your real
name.
Are you a person?
I sure as hell am. I am a person.
I've been fighting that on GameMarks. I'm like, I'm not a real person. On GameMarks, I have an account for my real shit.
I don't care enough about the semantics to give a fuck because I'd rather it just show up as Chainsaw Buffet instead of chainsawbuffet.com because apparently there is another YouTube user who probably doesn't ever do anything named Chainsaw Buffet, just like the other Twitter person named Johnny5 that doesn't do anything with it. So fuck those people.
But maybe you know the secret because maybe you haven't. Have you had videos taken down by Nintendo?
Nope.
Okay. So you haven't been cease and desisted yet? DMCA takedown notice by Nintendo?
For all of their faults, Capcom does not give a shit when I put up video from one of their games. In fact, they seem to enjoy it.
So, alright, so this is Bayonetta. I bought this game not long after it came out because I kind of wanted to play through this game because it gets crazy, fucking insane, awesome insane. It's like if you took like a 13-year-old and you gave them like $100 million and they could just go off and be like, now we need angels riding motorcycles fighting each other with witchcraft.
It's like Axe Cop before Axe Cop was Axe Cop.
And the problem is like it's very much fighting game mechanics. There's a name for this, isn't there? Like
this is a. See, unfortunately, the parlance has changed from when I was younger. Shoot 'em up used to mean gradius.
Right.
Or shooter just meant gradius. Now it's Call of Duty, but this is a hack and slash action game. Most action games now, varying degrees have these type of advanced mechanics. God of War is somewhat on the more simplistic side, although it still has some depth to it. Games like Bayonetta, Devil May Cry, Ninja Gaiden, they tend to be on the far end of the scale. Yeah.
And I was trying to think. I think I've heard a term for these taking that fighting game mechanics and going on that far end of the spectrum of a hack and slash, of a button masher. Although you just can't button mash, so that's where I failed out on this.
Yeah.
I can't just button mash. And I was on like the easy setting. But I want to see the end of this game. I've avoided a lot of spoilers on this game because I want to see the end. So you want to jump us in? And, I'll let you choose like what difficulty level you're going to take this at.
My general feeling, I have not played Bayonetta, which is weird because I've played all the Devil May Cry games, which Hideki Kamiya, who did Bayonetta, did the Devil May Cry games. I played Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2. I'm going to buy the updated version of Ninja Gaiden 3. For some reason, Bayonetta has escaped my wrath until now. So I'm just going to start at normal. That's usually how I default, because hard's generally for after.
Yeah, you can go ahead. Like, fuck where I got. Plus, it was on like an easy.
Plus,
I failed out of this game on easy.
Plus, apparently, you can't do anything past normal until you beat the game.
Yeah, I don't think I had I had too much ego to just select very easy. If they would have called it like normal, medium, and hard, I would have gone for normal. But because they called it very easy, and normal, I'm like, well, I can't do very easy, but I should have.
So it'll take me a little while to get used to it, but, it's about time you brought in a ringer. I mean, Cicely and Dylan are nice people, but...
Well, they're good for making them play games like Walking Dead.
Where there's not much game to that, let's be honest.
I think it's the evolution of the graphic novel. I think it's more graphic novel than an adventure game.
I will not dispute that in the least, except there needs to be more anime dating. I'm just saying. And thank God we're starting this game off in such a simple way to get into, I'm on a...
Oh yeah, this definitely is the abilities.
Clock tower.
This is the abilities of, like, you start out with everything.
Yeah, it's the Metroid thing.
Are you doing anything?
Yeah.
You are controlling at this point? Okay.
Yeah, at this
I don't
point...
think you can fail here. That would suck ass.
No, not at all. Right now, I'm just trying to figure out some of these moves. And also, playing on an Xbox pad. Plus, I think this one's seen some use.
Seeing the pad's a little loose?
I think the buttons are sticking a little bit, but that's okay. I can adapt. I'm not going to Chris G this thing, if you don't know what I'm talking about. Just go Google Chris G and PS3 and NorCal Regionals.
We have had some of them... We have small children.
Yeah.
And some of them have had orange juice in them.
Right.
I think I tried to check before I handed you one to make sure that wasn't one of them. Because we have some really bad sticking ones.
Like I said, this one's probably just seen some use, and that's fine.
In an era of strife, the conflict between the Umbra and the Lumen drew all of Europe.
Is anyone else paying attention to the story? Because I'm not. I'm too busy trying to kill shit. And summoning a giant high heel from...
There's something... Witches, angels, God... They didn't get along.
I'm doing Chun-Li lightning legs here.
Sages were gradually weakened by the assault of the secretive Dark Witches. Years after the
Blah blah Dark Witches, blah blah.
I honestly don't remember any of this bit. I remember, like, the next scene where you're, like, just riding in a convertible sucking a lollipop.
I mean, why not?
I thought that was the start of the game. I mean, you're already kicking tons of ass and figured out a bunch of moves here. Yeah, so of course the Bayonetta signature power here is that when she does like the big giant moves, that is her hair attacking.
Yeah, and she's completely naked except for her hair, which makes up her entire outfit.
Yes, so her hair is also like double duty as like her clothes, so it's one or the other.
This is
a fact of life.
This is made by a dude with some weird fetishes.
He worked out his demons in this, I think.
and soon the Umbra Witches.
Well, I don't know. I haven't even seen 2. The fact that they put 2 on the Wii U or
Well,
Wii?
2's not out yet, and there's barely been any actual footage, just some promotional, hey, we're developing this game.
But it's like a Wii U exclusive or something, isn't
Yeah,
it?
there's a reason for that, though. While this game was well received, and I think it sold reasonably well, it didn't sell well enough for Sega to be really confident about a sequel. So Sega didn't want to do it. Nobody else stepped in, and Nintendo said, you know, we need some adult level content.
Was this an M-rated game, or was this
Yeah.
just... This was an M?
I'm pretty sure I could probably lean over and see. Yeah, it's an M.
It's an M. Okay. Yeah, so that limits your sales right there. Because I think Walmart doesn't carry those anymore.
Yeah, they do.
Do they?
Yeah, I was about to say, I can buy Revengeance at Walmart. If that's not an M-rated game, I don't know what is.
Hey, I'm a cut and paste copy. Hey, I'm a copy. That's cool.
Old
I'm a copy.
Ku Klux Klan looking outfits there.
Oh, I can't believe I remember none of this bit.
You know, that scene with the guys. Like something like a Catholic church priest and a Klan member.
The sad part is, like, I don't think that was like a budgetary decision. I think that was an actual, like, we're making art. That's the reason that we're doing it.
Yes. Why am I saving?
Yeah, now this is closer to where I remember the start to be. Late title card. Woo. You know what's going to be highly ironic? When none of these studios are in business anymore.
Yep.
So I've talked a lot on Game Marks about women in gaming and issues around that. And I've said this on Game Arts too, of like, not, like, this game is not the problem. And
it looks like Humpty Dumpty's taking his last fall.
oh, that's great. Guys pissing on it. Because, I mean, you know what you're getting when you buy this, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is an attempt of, like, Laura Croft represents a strong female, and watch her boobs jiggle and watch her run out in a tank top and heels, you know, in snow and ice, right? It's like, this game doesn't hide what it is, right?
Right.
And, you know, the point is not to, like, say, like, these games shouldn't exist. It's that there isn't much of an alternative in other games. But from what I've heard, good gameplay and good story all the way through this. And, you know, I'm not going to ever knock a bad game.
I think it's an interesting dichotomy because, yes, there are sort of these, for good or bad, stereotypes and idealizations of women in video games. But the same is true for men. Like, you don't see a lot of average-looking guys as the heroes of these games. They're all ripped and macho and all this. You know, it's stereotyping either way. So I find it a little bit interesting. I don't necessarily know that it comes from a quote-unquote bad place.
No, and like, that's just the surface, too. Like, if your whole argument depends upon, like, how big the breasts were in the game, or whether or not, you know, you saw her ass or something like that in the scene, that is not, like, the damning effect, right? The damning effect is, you know, it's like, no, women are always rescued. They cannot fight for themselves, they must be protected, they must be rescued. And that doesn't matter what it looks like, you know, when all the games you line up and they're all Save the Princess games, you know, it's like, that is the worst message. That's the one where it's like, sitting down with my daughters and we're playing Legend of Zelda. And we're going through it, and at one point on, and this would be an episode that hopefully Nintendo won't take down,
I hate this damn light. I can't see it.
they go, why is this called The Legend of Link? Like, we're not playing anything with Zelda,
Zelda's got nothing to do with a damn thing.
Why is this game called Legend of Zelda? It should be Legend of Link. And it's just like, I just gotta tell them, it's like, well, because you have to save the damsel in distress, because that's video games. And it's like, you know,
And that's not just video games, to clarify. That's popular fiction. That's popular culture, unfortunately.
And that wouldn't be so bad if there was a whole mess of games you could hold up, and it's like, no, here's the Legend of Zelda game where you play as Zelda. You know, here's the Princess Peach kicks ass game. Here's the, you know...
Princess Peach is not the example you want, because she's pretty vapid in those games anyway.
Well, I went there, you know, because Anita Scorsese in her first video pointed out, like, these are the long-running series where if you've been playing the series that long, you have enough time to, like, screw around with, like, okay, now you're gonna play, Princess Peach has to go, like, save Mario. In, like, one of the 30 or 40 Mario games.
Like, Mario is missing only starring Peach instead of Luigi, and everybody hates Luigi.
And we don't want the year of Luigi.
No, we don't.
Where's the year of Peach? That's what we're saying.
Where's the year of Samus?
Oh, God. I don't want them to touch Samus anymore.
You know, the ironic thing was, the only people that did anything right in Other M were the Team Ninja people. The people that had to do with all these supposed sexist, I don't know if that was sexist or not, I talked about this when the game came out, but that was all Nintendo and the Metroid co-creator, the guy who worked on it along with...
See, to me, the problem with that game, and I only played like the first hour and a half, I think, into it, and I was like, fuck this game, we're not playing it, was, in Other M, like, at this point, I'm fucking Samus. You know how many times I have kicked shit on planets and taken names and, you know, saved the world, the universe from Metroids? And then I get there, and there's this guy here I used to be in the military with at some point, and I'm gonna take shit and orders from him. Like, I'm not the most ultimate badass power in the universe. And I'm like, no, fuck that. You guys destroyed this character. I don't care what she looks like. I don't care how much her breasts jiggle. Samus is not gonna take shit from this punk-mouthed little military brat. And she does, the entire game.
See, here's the thing. For years, you know, I've been wanting Nintendo to take a chance and expand on their characters, because they are unwilling to do it. And the one time they do it, they fuck it up so badly they will never do it again.
That's probably true.
Which is sad.
Something's going on here. I think it's called the tutorial is coming up.
Yeah. And fighting these monsters that vaguely look like the production version Avas. Speaking of which, I think Fly Me to the Moon's coming up here in a minute.
There we go. Speaking of sexism.
Yep. Now this is
But
all
again-
totally legit.
Again, if you're playing this far in the game, you should not be fucking surprised. It's
Right.
not like you picked up Metroid Other M. I'm like, I'm gonna be the ultimate badass in the galaxy, and found out like you're gonna take shit from some military brat. Like, no, you knew what you were getting when you bought this game.
You asked for this at the counter.
By the way, there's a move that you can buy, because that's a thing in the game where you can buy moves,
Yeah.
at which you go spread eagle on the ground, right?
Yeah.
And then do like a witch incantation thing, and a vortex open up in your little like vagina portal, and you suck the creatures down into that. And I totally had to buy that. I'm like, that's what I want. We're not like half-assing this game, and we're gonna like skirt around the issue.
I'm willing to just go through with the basic moveset until I can afford to buy that, and I'm just gonna use that for the rest of the game.
You couldn't do wrong.
No. And they gotta have gun heals.
And again, like you should focus on like real sexism issues versus like art and paint ones. She is not a damsel in distress.
No.
There's
Yes, she's on a stripper pole fighting these people, but
She's doing better than Jenna Jameson did in Zombie Strippers. That's a movie I didn't make it all the way through. We're still in cutscene, aren't we?
Yeah. No, I'm not doing any of this. They are committing one of the cardinal sins of never make somebody watch something that they want to do in a video game. And that's why we have QTEs, by the way. It's a compromise to that.
Well, and the whole thing is like, your combat's gonna be awesome, but not this fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to.
You're not gonna get Matrix slowdowns.
As long as there's music, I'll keep on.
You won't even be able to get up on the
Yeah, I'm sure I won't be able to get on any of the headstones.
the headstone. And the tutorial starts. Alright, so when we come back next episode, John does the tutorial.
Yay! I should have turned that shit off.